Yo.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's up, BK? Hey, he left the call.
Start this over again. Hello.
Oh, hey, Kenny, how are you?
Very introduction that I was looking for.
See, the best feeling is you have a band, like a fan blowing at the sweatiest spot while you're full commando in bed. That's the best feeling.
What?
Alright.
What?
Wait.
Saying.
Okay.
Wait. So when you're telling me, when you go commando, do you wear your socks?
No, what?
Dude, there's some people that I know that can't sleep without their socks on. There are some people like that.
Sweaty feet?
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
I feel like it's like an extra layer of protection. It's like immunity, you know? Like you don't need it, but like sometimes it's there to keep you safe.
Wait, is my camera just black? What the fuck? Wait, hold on. I know my lights are off, but it shouldn't be this dark. Wait, what? Hold on. What the fuck is going on here?
Dude, camera's busted already.
No, hold on.
Can you give me a moment?
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say I know it was dark, but you know, hey, it shouldn't have been that dark, dude. That was a little weird. All right, we're good. Yo, so what's up? How's it going?
What's up?
Hey. All right, so what were we talking about here? What's going on?
I got you. Got the topics?
Is this about Carrot being a piece of shit? Or...
Oh, yo, you know
I'm down
it.
to talk about that all day, dude.
You know it. She's gonna be part of this easily.
Nice.
Yeah, Gabe used to be pretty like informal about setting up these podcasts, but I've been doing so many of these now. He's got like a checklist going on. But at this point, I feel like I'm such a veteran here. I just don't even like look at.
Okay. We have to talk about this. Okay, dude. Literally today, you messaged me and you're like, wait, what time is the podcast? I'm like 8 p.m. PST when maintenance hits, right? Like always. And then you're like, oh goddamn, dude, I'm gonna be up until 3 a.m. again. I'm like, bro, you're only 3 hours ahead. What do you mean 3 a.m.? Like we're not going podcast until midnight. Dude, you don't even know the time schedule anymore, bro.
No, it's been a long week, man. I have to fly into New York tomorrow morning for work. It is not it.
Yeah, Gabe, when you first mentioned the time of the podcast, I realized you only said 8 p.m. and I was like, wait, 8 p.m. what time? And then I checked back and you're like PST. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, what time zone are you in, Lacari?
I'm in Central, so
Like
I was like, oh, nice, dude. I got an extra 2 hours. Hell yeah, dude. Let me pass out here.
Oh shit. Wait, so it's 10 for you now.
Yeah, it's 10.
Ah.
I usually stream around this time, so it worked out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Wait for Panshui. What did Panshui? Is he getting food or something?
I don't know, but this is
Dude, honestly, I was watching the stream before this podcast started. Dude, he needs a minute, bro. Like Carrot has him on edge, dude. I think he's doing all right, though.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello, welcome back. Any
I'm back.
Minecrafters?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Minecraft, dude.
Dude, I'm down to play. I have to wake up at like 4 a.m., but I'm down to play for like another
Dude,
hour after this.
you literally just said. You said you didn't want to be up until 3 a.m. because you have to fly to New York. Now you're saying you're down to play Minecraft
Yeah,
until
but
4.
like that's because like I have my priorities in check, you know. Like last time when I asked Gabe to play Minecraft with us, you showed me a screen of you hitting mushrooms on 3 different clients at the same time.
Okay, wait.
Wait, what?
No.
Why?
Yo, Maple Story is addicting, okay, dude?
What?
Yo, Epic 7's, you mauled over Carrot. Epic 7's in a slump. I gotta find something to replace Epic 7.
See, here's where we're
temporarily.
drawing the line, right? I think like Genshin Impact did a great way of segmenting like 2 different audiences together. But I think everyone here can come to realize that, playing gacha games is one thing, but if you play MapleStory in 2021, you are a whole nother level of degenerate. That is
Okay,
that is completely out
actually
there.
true. Like, I remember playing MapleStory like 20 years ago. Like literally 20 years ago. I
God
was like
damn.
12 or something. I was
Oh.
playing MapleStory, dude.
Hey, roasted for Maple. All right. Let me see. I always forget what podcast this is. Which one is this? This is 26.
Bro, Gabe, we gotta talk about your RNG, dude. Like, how did you even make it this far with RNG like that, bro?
I heard the other night you were laughing your ass off. You had to get out of your chair.
Bro, listen, I've never brought ML DB like that before, bro. That was actually kind of fucked up, dude.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
What can I say? Like clearly, RNG has to go your way sometimes, and it just so happens that it always seems to happen against me.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I have all my luck versus you for some reason.
If I ever face you, I'm just gonna say fuck cleaving you. I'm gonna hunker down now.
yeah. Might have to go Bruiser Gang. I don't know, dude.
My god.
I don't know, dude. That's just messed up.
That's another level of RNG. All right, let's get started here. All right, so welcome, guys, to podcast number 26. Today I have with me new faces and old faces. Actually, a new face and old faces. So we have Lacari, Panshui,
okay. I get it. I see what you did there.
And Kenny.
Nice. That's clever.
And yeah, so I'll let them, as always, introduce themselves first, and then we'll get started. So starting with Lacari.
Oh, man, I don't know, dude. I'm bold. I don't really know what to say here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so bad with introductions. I guess I'm one of the newer faces on Epic 7. Been playing your game, dude. Ravi's my favorite character. Smile. Yeah, dude. Fuck Carrot, and these are my boys. So yeah, I can't decide to come on the podcast. I like talking to them. I like Panshui. I like Sky King, and I met Kenny. I figured out that Tomoka can actually be a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was quite the experience when Panshui put me through the gauntlet. I think it was like a week ago. I'm pretty sure some of you guys were there seeing me get put through the gauntlet versus all the gods of the game. It was pretty fun. But yeah, dude. Yo, Kenny, you got to tell me how when I get Tomoka, dude, you got to help me out, dude. I want a Tomoka like that, buddy.
Dude, I got you with the 1v1 personal coaching. Don't worry.
Oof.
Okay. All right.
Bad.
So when Panshui coaches me, it's mostly him just calling me a fucking idiot. So is it gonna be similar to that, or am I gonna hear something useful?
As similar as me and Panshui look, we're actually very different people. So I think you'll be in for a good surprise. Don't worry.
Nice. All right. That's cool. That's cool.
Panshui.
I don't know what to say.
Are you still tilted by Carrot?
He's not having a good day, dude. I'm telling you right now, dude. Maybe I should do Panshui's intro for him, dude. He's not having a good day right now, dude. He's having a moment, dude. But listen, dude. One thing about Panshui, dude, is that we agree on one thing, dude. We agree on one thing, and I'm happy about that. I'm not gonna mention what it is. I'll let Panshui take care of that. I'll give him some time to speak. But Panshui, I think he's done, dude. I'm pretty sure he's done. I don't think I've ever seen my boy like this. I'm a little scared. Not gonna lie.
I didn't even read our topics. I don't even know what to introduce myself with. As all I can tell you guys is, hi, I'm Panshui. If you guys ever see me with a can of Bang, which is basically 300 milligrams of caffeine, and in a tank top, you guys already know that it's gonna be a very bad stream. So until then, what's up? How you doing?
Yo, Panshui, you're scaring me, bro. Listen, bro.
That was one of those introductions where if I take myself back to college and then someone was giving me an icebreaker and they introduced me like that, or they introduced themselves like that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna scoot 2 spaces over to the right. I'm good, dude. No, thank you.
I feel like Panshui's ready to murder or something. I don't know, dude. It's I'm sensing danger.
It's Panshui, the merciless coach, the one coach that made so many people legend.
To be honest, I'm pretty tame when I'm coached, right? I will go out my ass in order to make sure that you guys are actually gonna get to where you want to be. I mean, and of course, it's not always gonna be 100%, but I will always try my best to actually do it. If you guys want me to be tame and not be angry at you all the time, it really depends on how my stream persona is very different from how I talk outside At least that's what I hope. But yeah,
Fair,
You know,
fair.
I can
Honestly,
actually
Panshui, I
confirm
like
that.
it, dude. You speak your mind, dude. You're you, dude. I like it. I respect it a lot.
it's
I
only on
respect it a
stream.
lot.
It's only on
And
stream.
last but not least, bad boy Kenny.
All right, just so I wanna add something to Pantry's introduction because I feel like he did
Okay.
a bad job there. All right, so I know Pantry a little more personally than everyone else, and Pantry is the kind of guy that would play Minecraft without sound because he gets scared. So he seems like this macho man with his tank top out right now on stream, but he's a soft guy. So give him some credit where credit is due. I for one have heard
Like-
Pantry scream multiple times playing
But
Minecraft.
like you mean like when you go in a cave and he's
Oh,
scared
dude,
of like
there are stories to be told.
Yo,
But,
yeah. Okay, gotta hear this later, yo. Whoa.
I would like to add one thing real quick, dude. Panshui is quite possibly the nicest streamer on Twitch. Like, he is the nicest. Like, I see some people type some shit in Panshui's chat, and I'm pretty lenient. I'm like pretty fucking lenient, right? I let people get away with a lot of shit, dude. But I'm like, dude, I would permaban this guy. And Panshui's just like, it's either like, whatever, dude, fuck you, pussy, or 24-hour ban. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, just give me mine. I'll end this guy right now. Oh man, dude, Panshui is the nicest guy, man. I swear.
He definitely has a high tolerance, I've realized sometimes with the crap
like,
people put him in chat.
Dude, he makes my tolerance look like I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know how you do it, Panshui, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think it's just fun to actually ban the same person over and over.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
That is some power.
Honestly,
right there.
listen, when you don't really have like a lot of mods and you have to do all the work yourself, and your mods are basically just like, you don't pay them, they don't do shit. So like, best thing that you can really do is just like, have some people that are actually just bound to get banned multiple times. And if you just give them that nice 1 hour ban or like freaking 24-hour ban and they come back, you get to ban them again, and it's kind of fun just clicking the ban button. I don't know why.
Fair. All right, Kenny,
Fair.
introduce yourself.
All right, everyone, how are you guys? It's my nth time on this podcast now. I'm your favorite twice a week streamer now, so I do stream twice a week now. So we're moving on in life. But yeah, I mean, people call me BK for some reason. I am not a BK, and if
He's
I
a
ever see you
BK.
guys call me BK, I am a mod in Gabe's stream chat, so you guys are banned. Just an FYI.
Oh.
Yeah, I've learned not to call him BK because earlier when I called him that, he just left the call. So yeah. Anyways,
Wait, really?
Dude, literally as he started, I'm like, "Hey, what's up, BK?" He's like, "Boop." I'm like, oh, gotta recall." Freaking
God,
guy.
okay.
No, he's just this troll.
All right, I see. I'll be careful. I think were you the E11 guy that hosted me, dude?
Oh
Is that-
yeah. I went
Okay,
straight
yeah,
to
I
you
think I
after
called
that.
you like E11 or something, man. Hey,
Yes.
dude, thanks for the
Yes.
host, by the way. I appreciate
See,
it.
E11
see,
ECTRIK.
Here's the thing. My Twitch name, I honestly am not very proud of. There's a funny story behind that, actually. I guess this is going to be a little extended introduction. So there was a cool guy when I was playing Counter-Strike 1.6 who was farming people on the server called Electric. And I looked up to him so much, I took his name, and I still use it 10 years later.
Oh.
So it's stolen valor, but we take those. At this point, I
Yeah, I
haven't
feel
changed my
that.
name. So at this point, I still need to change my name. I just don't know what to change it to. So there you
So
go.
you're still thinking about it? Yeah. So my Twitch name, a lot of people don't know this, but like back when I first started, my Twitch name used to be not Lacari because Lacari was actually taken, right? But
Oh.
once I became a partner, I was able to talk to Twitch and get the handle Lacari because no one used it. But my Twitch name wasn't always Lacari, so if you guys ever want to get your name changed, just have to message them, and if it's not in use, you can probably get it.
Yeah, but like
Oh.
not Lacari is still like a good Twitch name. I have 2 1s in my name. Come on, like
Yeah.
that is borderline like the same thing as like Sky King playing Maple Story.
Hey,
It's
dude,
pretty bad.
yo.
Honestly, I thought you were like some sort of Minecraft player from like Mizkif stream or something hosting me or something, dude. Like I didn't know who the hell you were, bro. Until
Well,
until like Panshui told me a couple hours ago. I'm gonna be honest, dude. But I was like, oh, it's Kenny. I'm like, oh, Kenny. Yeah, the dude with the Tomoko that literally defies logic. I get it, dude. Makes sense. All right, got it.
All right, and if you guys don't already know, I'm Sky King, and let's get this podcast started. All right, topic 1. We're gonna start with some of the newer stuff first, and then we'll get into RT talk. So first is going to be new set equipment buffs for the people on the podcast. It's in the Discord chat. I have the images there. And for the people in the stream, I'm trying something new today. I'm gonna try putting an image here, just so you guys can take a look at it briefly while we go over it.
Ooh.
So, yeah, let me hear your thoughts on this. Right, we have golem buffs, and we have the we have a non-existent hut which is called Katie's also being buffed, which honestly to this day is like I haven't even cleared it yet. What do you guys think about the buffs? What are your thoughts?
I personally think penetration set might actually be pretty decent though, from 10 to 15. I don't know about attack set, but
We'll say that.
penetration set might be a good option though, maybe.
The number of times that people literally say that penetration set is actually good is just copium literally at this point. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like, it is good, by the way. It is okay. I grab this out of my coin shop all the time, and I'm still okay with it, but then they never use it. I have a couple sitting there, and I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I doing with these?
Yeah.
And then
I feel like
at the end of the day, it's like you start realizing that some of these sets, it's like you're not gonna replace them over like speed set, immunity, or even most of the sets that you would normally pick up from like Banshee.
Yeah.
I think these buffs in general are quite. I think they're okay, but they're not gonna be impactful enough for you actually to say that it's gonna be decent. I think
To
Golem,
switch it over, unless you have like good gear on it, right? Like or good stats on them.
I think Golem is good. I think attack set actually has good value to it now over like over destruction.
Mhm.
That's one that I currently see like quite a bit of value in, but like I don't know if I really want to be like converting my gear for attack set or like other stuff like that. It feels kind of weird. You're basically farming like a full set in order to like really make up for that, and it doesn't seem like a set that you would actually convert for that many times. And HP defense might have its uses, but it's really hard to use it over like
I feel
immunity.
I feel like HP defense has more usage for specific people because I know some people have like tanky SSBs with like HP defense immunity set, right? So like I think a little bit more specific niche uses or like what Dilibet for defense set, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, defense set Dilibet might actually be
Like if you have good enough.
She has crit imprint as well. So
See, but nowadays, why not just farm Katie's when they buffed the revenge set looking slightly better, not by much, only changes like the margin by like a little bit, and then we have injury set, which was I don't know what the change was on injury set to be honest.
Dude, the injury set.
You know what I think was crazy? Like each of these numbers are very specific, right? So some guy at Smilegate who's probably like their back consultant guy who runs numbers determined that like 12% was like the good number to change revenge set to, right? So maybe like revenge set, like a lot of these Katie sets might be a little bit better because like why did they change it to 12% instead of like 13 or 14%, right? Like there has to be a reason for that, right? So I'm guessing like I think like lingering on to like what Lacari said earlier, like, I think pen set probably has some uses, right? I mean if you can fit it, but I always feel like it's so easy to continue to just farm your current set that it's gonna cost more than anything to kind of like test out these new sets, right? Even with all the new stuff, all the free stuff that we got, it was nice. But like, would you rather use that like extra like resource to continue farm, like, to test out new stuff that you don't know is gonna work, or are you gonna like use that to like further your current gear instead, right? And like, like get better speed gear, get better immunity gear instead, right? Like, to me, I'd probably still go with that route of just continuing with what works as a trend, as opposed to risking something to test something new. Because honestly, it seems kind of marginal, right? Like, maybe 7% injury set would have been OP, but like, do you really need to run injury set in all those scenarios? I feel like not really. I do feel like Hunt set has some value. It's just like it's gonna be hard to fit because crit set at the end of the day is almost three average. It's like three average rolls, right? 3-4%
yeah,
rolls.
it's a lot of stats.
It's a lot of stats that you're giving up for 15% damage. Do you get more stats from running those 4 rolls and getting an extra 15% like penetration? That's super super niche, right? Like, so you have to like run some numbers in your own head to see like, okay, if I'm giving up 12% crit, am I gonna get like, am I gonna lose out on like 15% like the same like damage as you get from having 15% defense pen? Like, who knows, right? Like, I feel like it's a lot harder to just like push that, right? Especially when you're
Yeah.
using your resources because you're only gonna replace the crit set with very premium gear, right? It's not gonna be average gear. It's gonna be like insane penetration gear. And that I think is going to be like pretty difficult, right?
Especially for units that need like the crit, like Rylet. If you want to run penetration on him, on unless you have really good penetration gear, as you said, like you're gonna lose out on his crit, which if it's not
Yeah, but
100.
I think Rylet's kind of different, right? Because a lot of the things that counter Rylet have to do with like effectiveness checks. So I think the best build for Rylet is just F-res, you know? Like
Wait, no. The last time you tried this, yeah, I remember watching that last time. It did not work out the way you expected, bro.
no. It worked one time, all right? Some guy Basari S3'd me and I resisted and I won the game. Well, I won the round, but I didn't
Wait,
actually
you aren't
win.
trolling. You're dead serious.
He,
Yeah,
he,
I am
this.
100% serious.
he
Wow.
tries some weird ass shit sometimes.
I see. I respect that. I honestly respect that. An innovator. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like attack set is not like attack set will just buff like my like arena cleave, like because I have certain units on like the free attack sets or something, or like from world boss attack gear. I'll still use that, but not
Oh
something
yeah.
I'm gonna chase after
Like
it.
PvE wise, like you
Mhm.
know, like Hall of Trials and stuff. If you need like an attack set on your Sirmia, this is like free. This is free stats, right? Like
Yeah,
why
yeah.
not?
That's rage set, bro. Just go with rage.
You have rage set? I don't have rage set.
What do you
My
one
Sirmia
shot
is
Do you not
with?
farm
tag, dude.
immunity?
Wait, Sirmia? Like Hall of Trials? You
Do
run
you
rage
not farm
set?
immunity?
Dude, I don't need
Are
immunity.
you a pack guy?
D-
Is that
oh,
how you get your
all right,
immunity?
all right.
He's too fast for
No,
immunity.
no, hear me out, okay? I have this problem, right? And I'm sure if you guys have Apple products as well, you have the same problem. So sometimes when I look at my screen, the purchases automatically go through. I don't know what goes on, but like before I know it, the packs just get bought. And I'm just looking at my screen. I think it's a bug with my account, but I haven't don't report me. But
Oh,
I don't know what happens there, but it's been going on for about a year now, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have a similar issue actually.
Right?
I guess me and you don't. Yeah, our games aren't glitched, Panshui, like those two.
I don't know, man. I get Windows notification of purchases.
Oh, true. All right. Set wise, yeah. I don't know about the KD sets. Like, who would use revenge? Not gonna lie. Like,
You could probably
maybe
okay.
Pro?
You could actually put it on
Is
Carrot.
Revenge the speed one? Where
yeah, your speed increases as your health is for every 1%
oh,
health
dude,
lost.
BBK actually might like that shit.
You're
now that I
not
think
re-
about it.
You are
Wait, no,
not
that's-
replacing your BBK's counter set for
Yeah,
revenge
it's
set.
split
I'm
set.
just saying.
That
It's
is
a-
true.
How many
That's
times
true.
has your counter screwed me over?
That is
I am
true.
just saying, dude.
I
That
do
is
think-
true. Yeah, you're right.
I do think Revenge Carrot actually has some value. If you run like Revenge set Carrot with Etika Scepter, if you're zooming and you get the S3 heal off, like you heal pretty fast, right? Like, but I mean, it's one of those like you expect her to live super late into Frenzy, so it's like kind of weird. I don't know.
Listen, if you play Carrot and your game has to go all the way to Frenzy, I think you're playing it wrong.
Well, I think it's still like I think Frenzy does end up like Carrot does end up going to Frenzy most of the time.
Okay.
Dude,
In my experience, when I'm playing its Carrot, if I don't have the answer,
I top
it's
right.
kind of just overturn one. Like,
screw Carrot.
my entire team is burned, and then a round goes by, and everyone just explodes. Like, it's just gone.
I mean,
Go poof.
if I can't kill Carrot, she kills me. So it's a quick game usually. All right, we'll see how the sets go. This is not a super long topic here, mainly for the fact that like these are all sets that aren't currently used that much. All right, here's probably what a lot of people are waiting for. Straz, initial thoughts on him. What do you guys think about him? I'm gonna talk about skill 3 first. Do you think this unit is cracked as hell, or do you think he's?
This is definitely a meta shifter if I've ever seen one. Like, this shit, I don't know if you saw it in the video. Like, I don't know what type of gear they were running, but he hit for like 36k on FCC.
Yeah.
And one shot her, like, just straight up. So I think he's cracked. I honestly think he's cracked. I think this is like a must pull unit. Like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna need him. And I think he's really good for cleave actually as well. I'm not sure how you'd build him, Bruiser. I'm pretty sure, like,
So-
do you guys know more about that?
to really note his S3, there's a condition that actually says when an enemy is defeated, grants invincibility to the caster for 1 turn. What is it? Smilegate or Epic 7 themselves basically corrected themselves in the YouTube description, saying that there is no condition for his invincibility. So
he just gains it after the S3 now.
yeah, he just gets it straight up once he uses his S3. To me, he just feels like another version of what you call Ludwig, except this time it's in like a warrior form. I think that's in closest resemblance for the 2 characters. This I don't know. He's quite quacked.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good. His S2 is very high value. I think like with his with this S3 and S2, you get like 2 high value turns with him, and I think they both synergize pretty well. Especially like in a spot where like realistically speaking, you can expect him to live that second turn most of the time. Being able to dispel buffs like is kind of disgusting, you know? Like that's really good in the current meta because a lot of people are just playing buff stack comps right now.
And it's 2 buffs. It's 2 buffs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not 1 buff like usual, right? Like F10, you can deal with it with FCC because it's only 1 buff, right? But this shit's 2 buffs. It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's the fact that like you don't even have like a like it's not he just straight up ignores effect resist if the target has lower attack.
Lower attack than him. Wow.
Like it's not even like, oh, you have to waste the soul burn. It's just like, oh, yeah, if whoever you're hitting, if it's like, let's say like a tank or something who has high effect resist, you're gonna have lower attack than him most likely. You just straight up ignore that. You just strip, right? Like any like Ruel Crow maid.
Yeah, he is a tank buster, like guaranteed.
Yeah,
nothing is gonna survive him.
Yeah, 100%.
He's gonna take your buffs and he's gonna murder you. Defense buff gone, attack buff gone, revive buff gone, dead.
all right, hear me out. What if we make strays so fast and then synergize them with a Tywin right afterwards? Like you use them for your S2 on the first turn because 1 of 9 base speed is not that bad. You use them for the S2 first turn, right? You dispel 2 buffs because you ignore F-res on people with lower attack, and then you a Tywin S3.
Jesus.
Why don't you just put CDOM in there too?
Yeah, oh yeah, the push.
There you go.
Because it's AoE. Yeah. Ridiculous, dude.
I'm going to make
I think Cleavers actually needed this unit pretty badly.
This is gonna be like we were just talking about, like most cleavers are probably gonna try to use this and see how it works out. Probably gonna be pretty cracked in certain instances. Like I'm curious how his damage is gonna be against like squishier enemies. Like if like the enemy also tries to like cleave, like speed contest you and just pick squishier teams instead of tanking up. That I'm kind of curious. Kind of curious if his damage will still be the same. Kind of need to know his multipliers along with the difference for the penetration though first before.
I think it's gonna depend on like his attack versus his target's attack in terms of like his damage. But
yeah,
after reading his description, there's 1 unit that actually he's not good against. Because there's 1 unit that has like hella high attack, Nit.
You're fucking Senya?
1 unit. Well, Senya and Carrot.
True.
He's that good against Carrot because Carrot has like 5k attack, right? Carrot's gonna have more attack than him. And any unit that has more attack than him, he's useless against. So this unit actually does nothing against Carrot.
Oh, that's
there's nothing against Carrot at all.
Well, I wouldn't say he does nothing because he just loses out on the pen damage, right? And then like you don't ignore the F-res, so you still do damage. So it's still like he's still gonna work. He's just not gonna be like the.
He's just killing a different unit. He's just not gonna kill that unit, but he's killing a different unit. At the end of the day, he's still gonna kill something, right? So if it's not Senya or Carrot that he's killing, he's either gonna be killing the next tankiest unit that's on the line.
It's actually kind of interesting though, because like when you draft now, you have to like keep in mind like, oh, if I let Straz through, then he's gonna be targeting my unit with the highest max health. So like you actually have to think about and worry about that now, like for like which unit he'll be targeting.
It's gonna be a lot harder to blindly just draft knights like FCC and Crow and shit because he'll just skadoosh.
Yeah, if you draft just like a full,
you gotta be really careful
team
about drafting them.
Yeah,
I mean that's only if he gets his turn.
True.
Yeah,
so if you draft strong turn 1 to stop him, then that's a solution to dealing with him, right? Like a flurry or something, maybe. Or even F10 or some shit like that. So
yeah, like
there's ways to stop him.
Yeah, speed. That's one of the hardest, scarier parts. I feel like though, like especially when cleavers are gonna be using him. Unless you're someone like Kenny who just outspeeds most cleavers, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Like if you build him as a bruiser, right? Artifacts wise, I imagine like Sigurd Scythe, Draco Plate,
Hellcutter.
Hellcutter.
I think
Yeah.
the cool thing is like none of the warrior artifacts are that good, so you can kind of put on anything. Like
Mhm.
you
Mm.
can really just play around and cheese people because there's not like one set artifact that I think is like necessarily best in slot for him, right? Is Sigurd's really gonna be that good if you're gonna have him on like some sort of speed set? Like probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not gonna take that many turns. Would you run her? Would you run him on Hellcutter to do more damage? Yeah, you could do that. But if you expect him to be kind of fast, then you don't really get your full Hellcutter value, right?
Mm.
Maybe you can run something. You could run Strax, right? He maybe doesn't need extra damage, and you want some, random Efres here and there to, get some random resist off with Make Chloe passive and self imprint or team imprint with the Efres. You
Draco
get a lot
plate,
of
maybe
yeah, you get a lot of
more
Efres. Yeah, if
reduction
you
and
need more
damage.
damage,
See,
yeah.
I have a better
Lots of
idea.
people play
And
it.
light underscore E7 would probably say the same. I would put Deadly Sword on him by
I
giving
knew
him
you were
more
gonna say
attack.
that.
He's gonna put on that nice Deadly Sword, increases attack, and that way you can actually penetrate through everything and ignore effect res out of everything too.
Freaking
That is
2-star
probably the best
artifact.
artifact for him ever.
All right, so I think the trend here, right, is that everyone's talking about attack scaling, right? Now, Lacari, I'm gonna give you an insight here on
Oh
the
god.
E7 coaching that I offer. All right, so I actually have a special package here from Smilegate with secret advice. I'm gonna open this box here, and inside this box, there is a journal. All right, so let me get my reading glasses out here.
What is
All right.
happening?
So here in the E7 community, right, we like to follow, flow charts because we're kind of stupid. I'm kind of stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. Panshui. Anyways, so we're gonna follow this flow chart here, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can deal with strays, right? So,
Okay.
question number one: do you like Fire Ravi?
I love Ravi.
Okay, great. So now we'll turn on to page 6 over here. All right. Do you have enough to summon on every banner?
Yes, I do. I
All
can
right.
swipe infinitely.
Great. So this is a secret tech that will only work for you. So you see here on Strays' S3, right? It says that this is proportional to the amount of attack that your team has, right? Which is like how much pen damage he gets. So if you love Fire Ravi and you have her SSS and all your other units have attack imprint for your team, then the penetration damage is actually not that much. So you can actually just gear check people.
You can just ignore him.
Oh.
There you go.
You're a genius. This guy's so smart.
Thank you.
I want to buy some packs right now.
And not only do you get to whale for stuff, but you might hit an ML5. There you go. Free content. Look at that.
Nice.
That's taking
Dude,
things
quad
to
attack imprint.
that's
I can do
taking things to the next
Singelica,
level.
Ravi. Who else is an attack imprint? I think Cesarado, right? Has an attack imprint.
Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, he does.
AoE. Yeah, and I just need one more.
There you go. And now you don't have to worry about Strays' S3 ever. Look at that. It's lit.
Easy.
I
4K attack Ravi, dude.
I have a question, Kenny.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Not sponsored by the way. Don't worry.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna think that he's gonna suck without attack buff.
You think so?
Yup. Because then I feel like if we're gonna talk about normally and how people would probably be building him most of the time, I feel like the averages for his attack will always be around like 4 to 4.5k.
You're telling me he's great with G Purgus.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck.
I think yeah. I mean,
But
attack has always been very strong.
I
right?
think for him it's more like because then of how his penetration works, right? Technically, it's not exactly 100%, and you're not gonna guarantee it unless you're actually playing it against like an Aureus Knight or like a character that normally has like high attack.
Yeah.
If you get into a situation where the enemies that you're playing against don't exactly pick these, but maybe they pick one, or if they choose to ban away your attack buff, what do you do?
Just drop another attack buff, dude. Fuck
Because
it.
then because
I mean, that is true, right? Like, as funny as that sounds, like right now, I think with the way that things are in the meta right now, I mean, I haven't played that many games, but I hover like the legend cutoff because I'm not playing that much right now. People do draft double attack buff, right? They
Mhm.
want attack buff for their Landy, their Carrot, even
Yeah.
Stenny, right? To just kind of burst through. You know,
Mm.
Mate Chloe is an option, Deanna is an answer,
Yeah.
G Perg is also an option, right? Like there's so many attack buffs that people can take that I don't think it's like necessarily going to be taken out of the equation, right? And you can still pick these units while like dealing with those first turn contesters, right? May Chloe is good into Flurry, for example, right? If
Yeah.
you have a very high res May Chloe, then maybe you can draft it into a tea time. Ammo Cowrick is an option, right? You can put him on Snow Crystal, have him CR boost. Great unit, right? For sure. There you go. You get your dispel and your attack buff, right? There's so many answers that people like, don't really test, but like when a new unit comes through, it can like swing them back into the meta, right?
That's kind of true. Did you build your Emil Kawarik yet?
He's plus 15.
Is he actually?
Yeah, I've drafted him a total of 1 time in
Oh
GVG.
my god, really?
Wait, not even RTA. GVG. Okay, dude.
Oh, GVG is premier content. I don't know what you're saying. I would not. I would appreciate you to not flack GVG. I'm an expert GVG attacker. For those of you who watch my stream, so it's lit.
True. Question about that. Do you guys think he's gonna be part of? A lot of people ask it. Do you guys think he's gonna be like a Mercedes, where you can purchase him from the shop? I don't think so. But
Wait, who would be his imprint? I think they have to do
Well,
that, don't they?
they're doing something about his imprint. I think I don't know if there's gonna be mentions about it, or
Mhm.
if there's mentions of it already. They said that they're putting his imprints in the shop. At least that's what everyone is saying.
Mm.
Oh,
They're
okay.
putting his imprints in the shop? Wait, how does that work?
So
Ye-
once you unlock the character, if like you have Arcdemon, for example, and you get the character, it unlocks a section in the transmit sim section, like in the weekly shop,
Mhm.
where you can spend your gold transmit sims to buy an imprint. So it's gonna cost like I
10.
think 10
10.
gold transmits
Mhm.
for each of his imprints.
Yep.
So his
Okay.
imprints are the same, but like Emeru, right? We could purchase her after a month after she came out in the
Mhm.
whale shop. So I'm kind of curious if like he's going to be the same because I guess he's like a character that was on the same level of hype from everyone, or I wonder if that was specific to Emeru because she was like, I guess like another version of Mercedes. Yeah, like a boss character, right? So I'm kind of curious about that. I'm really curious whether or not they decide that. The imprint thing will be nice though. I guess I'm gonna have to save up all the gold transmits.
Yeah.
They only
I
did that
think-
because they
he
fucked
gets
up her.
crit from his imprint, right? Or
No,
it's
attack.
It's attack.
You get straight up
Yeah.
attack, yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
which is honestly even better for him.
yeah, it's just nice because he already gets crit from his awakenings. He has crit imprint, so
I think his crit chance and crit damage, right?
yeah.
It looked like it was very high on the chart. So yeah, that'll definitely be this unit's gonna be really, really strong. Like I can't see him not being good. I don't know. I just can't see him not being good.
Yeah, I feel like it is a little. I would be a little surprised if he doesn't have a bit of good usage. To be honest, like just with his kit itself, like I think just with his skill 2 itself, like there's no way his skill 2 isn't good because you're at least guaranteed to strip. I would say 3 out of 4 enemy teams unless they're drafting very specifically.
Yeah. And YD will be happy because no 15%.
True.
YD's gonna be ecstatic. No 15%, dude. He's gonna be jumping like in excitement, like, oh my god, it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
Dude, why he's actually gonna have a fucking field day, man? I'm not even joking.
Yeah. The one thing I always hear in YD stream is like 15% every time, dude. It's like, I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He gets 15% every time. Like, it's not like he's wrong.
He always gets.
So he's definitely gonna have fun with that unit for sure.
Does
Yeah.
someone know like what his base stats are similar to? Does someone is
Cigarette.
it like
Cigarette, Eufine. Between those two, I think, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's gonna be kind of squishy, huh?
yeah, he's gonna be kind of squishy. Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was like 5.5 with 550 defense or something. It wasn't
Yeah,
extremely high, but
5,784 health.
His damage
553.
stats were quite good. 1200 attack with like 23% crit chance for base and like 165 crit damage. So he starts up quite high and 109 base speed. It's not that bad.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty good. Yeah, those are good. Yuffie has good base stats.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, almost guaranteed. I'm gonna grab him for sure. I definitely want to use him. So we'll see. We'll see how he is when he comes out. All
I
right.
think we should also talk about whether we should pull him or Ruel. What do you guys think?
True. Uh I'll be honest.
Strays or Ruel?
I already pulled Ruel, man. I couldn't pass up that skin. You kidding me? Damn.
Yeah, I think Royal is actually kind of hard to use right now. I think if you wanted to slot her in, you can, but I think right now she's not the safest pick. And I'm all about consistency when I play RTA. And I just feel like she's not the most consistent given the drafts right now.
I feel like she's too
Right,
slow of a playstyle, right?
Yeah, whether you pick her, even if you have double Soul Weaver, for example, I feel like whether you pick her like with Carrot, for example, or against something like Tea Time, which you can never do, that already eliminates a good majority of the drafts that you can draft Ruel in, right? So I feel
Mhm.
like it's just not really worth the resources. But, at this point, like if I'm gonna tell someone to like take a gamble on like pulling for strays, I do feel like there are some fallacies with his like style of like his kit, right? Because he's kind of slow and you need really good synergy with him. I think even in that case where you might not have synergy with him, I think he's worthwhile to pull over Ruel.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, definitely say like you want to save for stress over Ruel. Ruel's like a pretty consistent unit, but it's like Kenny said, she's like really hard to play right now. I feel
Yeah.
like you need like some insane like Ruel in order to make her work at all.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
even the fact that whether you can even get an insane Ruel or not. I just think that the meta right now just prefers that one damage dealer that can actually just blow up anything it wants. The meta right now definitely leads into the trend where the faster you are, the better you are, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And if you are in a position where you want to decide that you want to play insanely slow, you're definitely going to be playing that turn zero comp literally all the time, and you get punished almost 100% of the time in this current state of the game. And plus, I feel like people do also want ways to figure out like, okay, can we kill everything else that actually like can we just destroy all the night players that probably like exist in the game or something like that?
Mm.
And I don't know. I just think if you play a damage dealer sometimes, I think it's more fun than you just play like a Soul Weaver that kind of just sits there and does nothing. And you just like wait for like an emergency button. Although I don't really think Ruel is that bad. It's more like she is one of those units that will come back at some point, and we just know it. She's come back multiple times in different seasons, and sometimes there are times when you just gotta hit that emergency button when you don't really know what the heck you're doing.
Mhm.
So when you have that
Yeah.
nice emergency button and you have a Ruel, it's not bad. It's just slam it, you know. That's why I think Ruel isn't as bad as people say. Maybe she's not good right now, but she definitely has more of a future if like somehow the meta decides to actually just turn around once again. And it happens quite frequently. The moment when once we get a balance adjustment patch, literally things could be shifting around like immediately, and people could be playing super safe all of a sudden, and you just literally just don't know.
Mhm.
It's literally it's like Chat said, it's like a cockroach. You literally can't kill her, no matter
Yeah.
what do you do. It's like she'll
True,
come back at some
yeah.
point. She'll come back at some point. You know that it's going to be a very, very safe unit to pick up. And that's basically it. Like, some people, you never know what happens. Like Kenny said, right? Like, Ruel is like a unit that could work in most places. Maybe not good right now. But for Strays, Straze, whatever you guys really want to call him, basically, he needs a team to synergize with him. And let's say, for example, you don't really have all the units that would work with him, right? Or
Mhm.
maybe you don't really have a possible team that could actually work with him in the first place. I don't really think it's a good idea to actually pull for him unless you know that, okay, this is for sure. I know this is a good unit that I can actually play with,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
like
it'll
I'm
look
not even
weird.
sure if sorry to cut you off, Pitchy. I'm not even sure you can build Straz as a bruiser because of like his low like
Low like
HP and
health,
defense stats.
defensive stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he's like similar to Sigrid, like then he's just gonna get tapped. You know what I mean? And he's a warrior, so he's like pretty vulnerable to just getting CC'd and tapped. He doesn't really have any like defensive capabilities besides like his invincibility on his S3.
Mm.
And that can be cleansed. Or stripped, I
Yeah,
mean. So
I mean, I think like It is just like a when I said earlier that like you're probably better off like waiting to pull for him. The caveat is like you're waiting, right? Like you let other people pick and like play with him, right? Let a
Test.
streamer like test it out and see how it feels before you actually go and pick it up. Because there's
Hmm.
no
Yeah,
rush.
yeah.
There,
That's always the safe
there's
option.
there's literally no rush. Like if you get strays right now, like nothing's gonna change, right? Like just wait.
Hmm.
That's true. What were you gonna say, Panshui, though? I didn't want to.
I don't remember.
True. I should have cut you off. But I just I thought of something to say at that moment, and that was my bad. Then.
I mean, to be
Go for
fair,
it.
yeah, like pretty much like at this point, like what Panshui I think was really just saying is the meta is way too aggro for Ruel to be used consistently. And if the meta just slows down, like one balance patch where like if a unit gets nerfed or whatnot, certain units get nerfed, other units get buffed and whatnot, then and once the meta slows down, Ruel instantly comes back into the meta. Like it's too hard for it not to, because like her skill kit I still think is one of the more unique revivers we currently have. I don't think there's anyone else like her still. So
I think one of the things to caveat into like Ruel being a cockroach kind of thing is the only way I think right now where she would, start to really show up again is if they change the frenzy changes, right? Because the problem with Ruel is that she's kind of slow, and
mm,
with frenzy, and if people build effectiveness, you usually like what Ruel is like 150 FRES or something like that. If you have these units with like 80% effectiveness, Ruel is very slow, right? You'll get to a point where these units can start to control her, and that's where she kind of falls off. So
mm-hmm,
like, yeah, she's like pretty good, like as her base kit and stuff. But with the current like frenzy, taking into consideration, I think like unless they change that, it'll be very very hard for her to slot back in. On top of
mm,
everything else, where people are playing more aggressive, right? I mean, people literally started playing more aggressive because they changed frenzy, right? So it's
yeah,
important to remember that's like the core of why everything kind of shifted in the first place.
that's true. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as always, we'll definitely all test him. At this point, I don't think anyone here wouldn't want to test him. And then we'll see how he is. All right. Favorite topic. RTA talk. Carrot nerfs required.
All right, so I know the only thing on Pantry's mind right now is fuck carrot, and I know Lacari echoes that too. But so I come back from like a like I work in media, and a lot of the times when we when I look at like the way a game design kind of works, it's very different, right? And I think in order for you know let's pivot on to two things. All right. I think one of the things that you have to kind of look at with the way Smilegate is kind of pushing things is they want to make RTA more accessible, right? I think, it might be unfun to play with Carrot right now, but you have to take two steps forward and take a step back, right? For these kind of changes. I think like, there's the free to play talk and stuff like that. I'm not going to delve into that because I think that, that conversation is irrelevant. I think what you should ask yourself is, the goal I think right now is to make RTA more accessible to the average player base, right? You see this with the way they compensated us to give us more resources for people to kind of progress and move things along because I think RTA is a saving grace for this game, right? I think we can all agree with that. The only reason why we play this game is because we enjoy the PvP for the large majority of it. So I think a question that I think is very important to kind of ask yourself when you're talking about this is, let's say with Carrot being released, right? Are more players now willing to play RTA, right? Let's ignore Carrot's kit, but let's ask ourselves, are people willing to play RTA? I do think that like more players are playing RTA this season than ever before. So with that being said, right, even though Carrot might be overtuned, right, as a this kind of sucks because this is the first time they've done something like this. I would feel that like if this is making the game more accessible, this is a good step in the right direction, right? I completely agree that Carrot is slightly overtuned, but I do think that having these kind of changes is healthy for the game in the long span. When we think about like a product life cycle, right? We think about where the game really is. I think with the E7 World Cup, E7 kind of hit that like peak of where it can be right now. And it's, on a downward trend in my opinion right now. And I think that like what should happen is that things should continue to go up, right? And how can we like, as a company, right? Like at Smilegate, right? How would you continue to go up? You have to test these things, right? And I think that is like the better way to kind of look at things, right? Like, yes, it's a little unfun for us content creators right now to stream and play RTA. I get it, right? But like where things are headed, I think this is still a good direction for where everything is going. Personal opinion. I don't know.
That's fair. Like, I feel like the way I see Kara is like, I see her the same way how Falcon or Chloe before she was nerfed. I feel like she's in the same kind of realm or like area now. Back then, Falcon or Chloe was just oppressive to the point with her extra turns. Like, she straight up got an extra turn instead. Like, I feel like Carrot could do with like a slight tweak where something could be removed, right? Right now she straight up has a ML5 passive on her skill kit, which I feel like is
It's a passive that you can't deal with because then it's not linked to any of her skills. It's just linked to just her because it's
yeah, it's kind of insane. Like, her skill kit has so much in it that I feel like any one of those parts, right? Removing the cleanse, removing on hit burn. So like if you hit her, you get burned, and then that's once per her turn or something. The heal, the barrier, like all of that just makes her really oppressive. I feel like even if you remove one of those things, I think she'll still be a really good character and still usable and perfectly fine. But that, like as you said, right? That's definitely opinionated to a certain point.
I think every character that's been released has had soft counters, right? When SSB first got released, yeah, she was fucking great, right? But then there were soft counters that got released that kind of made her a little not just Rowana, but like soft counters that kind of deal with SSB very well. When Dizzy first came out, right? Dizzy had everything, right? People use Dizzy everywhere. But then she slowly, had some soft counters that really kicked her out of the meta as well. ML Crowd, big one, right? He was so oppressive when he got first released. He could do everything, right? Like this man would ride his bike and he doesn't fucking stop. And eventually, right, we saw that he slowly but surely, like kind of fell out the meta, right?
Yeah.
With soft counter.
Yeah,
I think Kara right now, sorry to cut you off, Lacari, but I think
no,
Kara
it's all
right
good.
now has hard counters, right? There's not that many units that really soft counter her right now, right? And I think you don't have to take too much away from her kit because I think she's a cool unit that kind of shifted everything, right? From that Trozit Fire Ravi and Landy counter meta, right? Which I think was a good thing that, we ended up shifting the meta. I think it's always nice to have new things kind of test around and think about what's good. But I think, I think Carrot does need soft counters, but I don't think she needs to get completely gutted, right? And I think all of us agree here that she doesn't need to be completely gutted. Just remove a few things here and there. But even with how impressive like Emerald Crow and all these other units were, eventually they fell out of the meta for better or for worse, right? And it's one of those things that like, I don't want to say like power creep is inevitable, but like, power creep is inevitable because that's the way the game's designed, right? They want you to build characters, right? That's the whole like idea of
They
making
want to
money.
keep you spending, using resources. They don't want you to get
Interested.
complacent.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I completely agree that she has too much in her kit, but I don't think she needs, I think we should take some time, right? Wait for, things to come out, wait for strays to come out or whatever, and then like, see what kind of like things people are willing to test, right?
That's
Because
fair.
Yeah,
at this
I just
point,
feel like it's kind of miserable just to play against her. Like, just to play against Carrot is just like absolutely miserable. Like, I can't speak for like everyone, right? But in my experience playing high level RTA, when Carrot is drafted on the enemy team, it is just the worst experience of my life. Like, I don't like. I'm new to the game, right? So I don't know like how ridiculous other shit has been. Like, but this is so far the most insane thing I have ever seen, right? And I've played like a lot of like Korean games, and I know their balance is always like just the worst possible shit ever, right? So like for this to surprise me, like I was expecting like some stupid shit, right? But like when I saw Carrot, like that, like it just blew me out of the water. Like I come from a game called Black Desert Online, right? And that game has had some like serious balance issues. Like when it comes to Korean devs, they just don't know how to balance shit. I'm just gonna be honest. They are really, really bad at it. Cause for one, I feel like they're too focused on like just getting the product out and like making their money rather than like play testing it and seeing if it's okay and talking to their top players and be like, is this okay to release? Yes or no. They don't do that, right? They just like they release it and then whatever happens, and then they'll mitigate it later. It's like whatever. But that trauma, that PTSD, that shit is not going away, dude. I will never forget about Carrot. I'll never forget Carrot just obliterating my entire team in seconds. Like characters that I have spent since the beginning of the game gearing up to the point where it is now, right? I've been gearing like my Ravi for like almost a year now, right? And then the Carrot just comes in, boom, skadoosh, gone. One turn, doesn't even get to play the game. Everything is gone, dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the entire team just fully wiped by a 3-star unit, right? Just gone. Right? It's just like the most insane thing I have ever experienced in my life. It is so crazy, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just miserable to play against, right? Because Carrot is so strong, they can just draft like 2 Soul Reavers, like they can just do like defend the Carrot strat, right? It's like Landy on crack, right? It's like Landy on crack. Just defend the Carrot, and then eventually, boom, your entire team is dead. You know what I mean? And it's unkillable, right? It's a character that's extremely tanky, does insane damage, has insane mitigation, strips, right? And God forbid you give her buffs, right? Like, you know what I mean? And then a lot of the counter units or units that are supposed to counter her don't even really counter her. She counters the units that counter her. Like, she uses S3 once, she kills blue units. If she hits the 50-50, you know what I mean? It's fucking insane. I don't know. It's just it's more about, to me, it's more about like gameplay experience. I'm sure it doesn't affect the lower level as much because in the lower level, people don't have like crazy shit to like amplify Carrot to the extreme, right? But when you're like in playing like Champion or Legend of RTA and like the high level, right? People they're not fucking around. They're pulling out all the stops. They want to make you have the worst experience possible. They're going to bring out fucking DN. They're going to bring out May Chloe. They're going to fuck you in your ass. They aren't going to show mercy, right? They're going to have everything there ready to destroy you. They're going to see you. They're going to be like, oh, okay, I know this guy. He likes Ravi, huh? Well, guess what? I'm going to ban this and I'm going to pick this. And guess what, dude? If you don't ban Carrot, you're fucked now, right? They have it planned down to the T. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be that high ranked in the first place, right? It just comes down to like, I feel like it comes down to like, units like this should have just never made it to live servers. Like Carrot should have just never made it to live servers. Like the fact that she made it to live servers in the state that she is just ridiculous to me. And it should never happen again. Like honestly, Kenny, I agree with you on a lot of your points, but my PTSD is never going away. It's never going away. I remember to the day I die, I'll be an 80-year-old man in my deathbed eating a carrot. That's all I gotta say about Carrot. That's my opinion on the unit, right? From like, I'm like semi-new player, right? You know, I got a decent like competitive background, Immortal Dota, fighting game prodigy, all this stuff, right? I've seen my fair share of bullshit, right? But I have to say, Carrot has taken the fucking cake on literally anything I have ever had to deal with in any of these games. Dota, League, it doesn't matter. Okay? Tekken, I've seen some with Leroy. When Leroy first came out, he was bullshit. You know what I mean? He was like fucking like bullshit, but at least you could outplay Leroy, you know what I mean? If he was bad, right? Carrot just, hey, S3, eat my dick, right? I don't know, man. It tilts me. It tilts me. It just tilts me. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm glad I was able to let it out, right? Fuck Carrot. Fuck you, Smilegate, for making Carrot broken.
Honestly, I feel like I can understand that because I think the worst part for you is because, like, you're still considered like a relatively like new player, right? Like, so your pool of units isn't as large as like a veteran player still. So like, you don't have OP Cigarette.
Yeah.
You have Kisei though, right? I think. But like,
I have Kisei, but like
not invested into, like, you don't have the extra gear for her and stuff, right? So,
dude,
like,
you know how many times people were like, "Yo, Sky King, it's funny, bro." And people were like, "Oh, just ungear your A. Coley and then gear Kisei." Then where's my originality? A. Coley is my unit. I chose her. She's my waifu. She carried me. I'm not gonna ungear her. She's like Ravi. Okay?
Hell yeah!
My Akoli! That is admitting defeats! I will gear Kisei with another set of gear. I am not ungearing Akoli. She is staying the way she is. Fuck you!
I like that, yo. Yo, Akoli waifu? I like that part. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yo, Skyking, I know you like Akoli for a little bit, right?
Yeah, like, it was really, really early on into the game. Like, like regardless of like how she was my favorite unit, and then I got to use her for a while. But my gear could never keep up with her. Like for where I am and what I need, like I never keep up with like being able to utilize her well enough. That's the worst part.
You have equal into me because I play like my top model Lulika all the time.
Dude, your top model Lulika will outspeed my Akoli, man.
Nah, that's just player diff. I don't know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. This fucking guy.
I mean, we Lacari's a Tekken god. I was born to play E7. You know, it is what it is.
True. Fair.
I respect that, Kitty. I respect that, homie. Hey.
Yeah, no,
I think the funniest thing is like when Lacari's going on this carrot rant. The only thing I can like think of is like the song "Fortunate Son," where like people have like flashbacks. I can just see that like playing in the background in Lacari's head. Just you hear "Fortunate Son," he's like complaining about carrot. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Panshui, like before this even started, dude, talking about carrot, dude, I was getting hyped. I was like, yeah, Panshui, you tell him, fuck carrot, fuck this meta, fuck this bullshit. You speak your mind, boy. I was getting fucking pumped listening to that shit. I was like, yeah, dude, that passion, that anger, I respect it.
He's over it. Panshui's just like Lacari spoke Panshui's thoughts just now, literally. Same wavelength, man. Oh yeah. I honestly though, I agree with I 100% agree with Kenny in the fact that I think a big issue about it is the countering part. Like if Kara had a lot more soft counters, probably wouldn't feel as big of an issue. But right now there's only so many counters, very specific units, and more inaccessible units for people to grab.
Well, honestly, I think I don't okay, no cap. I think carrot is actually a good thing because when me and Lacari start playing Black Desert Online 2.0, I'm gonna name my character Carrot, and I'm just gonna run around following Lacari.
That's toxic.
The bond that we're gonna build up. See, this is where we can all stuff together.
I'm convinced you're toxic. I feel like it was what Panshui was saying this before, and I have to 100% agree. I'm getting tired of this where Smilegate they create a problem and they sell you the solution, right? Because it really feels like I don't know. It was like Panshui was saying, it just feels toxic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't be afraid to nerf.
My biggest fear right now is that Summerside Asteria is going to be a very specific counter to Carrot, and I'm gonna hate that because that's gonna be the Holiday Euphine. Holiday Euphine was created as a counter Bassar, and back then Bassar was super prominent. Sure, she does great against Bassar, but she, aside from that, in an RTA standpoint, you ban out the Holiday Euphine and that's just straight up gone, right? Or I don't know. That's a really big worry of mine right now. I don't want the new Summerside Asteria to be a specific scenario like that, and that's just what Panshui was saying, right? They're selling you a limited banner that counters a specific unit that right now is causing you issues, right?
Yeah. The thing is, I feel it's just they are not confident in their balancing, right? I think they're scared to nerf because they feel they're gonna nerf the unit out of the meta, but you don't have to completely gut Carrot to make her okay.
Oh, this
you know
is
what I mean?
This is something you probably don't know. Low key, I feel so in the past, Smilegate did nerf units. They Sage Ball and ML Araminta was very prominent and was very dominated the battlefield quite hard. And Smilegate nerfed them to the ground.
Sage Ball was stronger than he is now. He's fucking ridiculous right now.
No. He got
RB, yeah, RB. Imagine an RB, right? That comes back to life on his S2, and he gets his own self attack buff. They can run Elio's knife on him. Now imagine a world like that. Like these,
Yeah.
like they used to be pretty out there.
They nerf these
Very-
units: Sage Ball,
very-
ML Armintha, Arbiter Vildred, and in the past, low key I feel like this caused Smilegate trauma, but at the same time, Smilegate needed to just like kind of they need to just like say fuck it. Like people cried about these
I
nerfs.
think that's the problem. Is like we're also so fucking spoiled by the idea that if they nerf a unit, they're gonna pay us everything back, right?
Exactly.
It's not gonna like
Everyone-
I feel like we get to the point where everyone is extremely entitled for the idea that hey guys, please let me just have that MO5 recall or something, and all this other stuff starts kind of like putting it into collateral. And
Yeah.
I think at that point, like Smallgate really wants to avoid that state again, and
Yeah.
I feel like they need to give less of a shit of like whether they're nerfing their unit or not. They gotta see like okay. They know the percentages of how many times the unit is played. They see like they see like the outcome of most of this. It's like I can't be going to like Twitch streams and then the first thing I see is literally a Twitch clip of literally like Kenny here with a 1v4 Carrot. He's like, I'm about to lose, right? Nope, never mind. Carrot decides to actually 1v4 instead. I'm like, okay, you know what? This ain't it. There are times where things just need to. We just gotta accept the fact. Okay, this is not it. You can't just like suddenly just build like when a unit just becomes too much of more than just a niche, right? I think that becomes a little bit kind of like weird because now you instead of actually playing what you want, you have to actually build against the problem more than actually like building around the problem sometimes.
I think one of the cool things to kind of think about though is like I don't mean to side with like sound like side with Smilegate every single time, but they have a very easy solution, right? Which has very minimal backlash and also gets people to just move on, right? And this is the thing with those hard counters, right? RTA, I think very often more than not, right? We talked about soft counters, right? But if you draft 2 hard counters into a unit plus some soft counters, it makes a unit pretty fucking unusable, right? Sometimes it's extremely hard to use like, SSB, right? Because you have to worry about Rowana, you have to worry about ML Crow, you have to worry about like Landy, right? Like Landy's not a hard counter to SSB, but she's a soft counter, right? So right now there are good picks into Carrot, right? There's Blue Crow that can, just one shot her. There's Kisei, there's, like top model Lulika, right? Like these kind of units. They're not guaranteed, right? But they're good. Now, if they do release something like a hard counter, right? Obviously, people are going to be like, wow, I can't believe they released this hard counter to this. But, you can't think of it as just a hard counter by itself because if you play RTA and you draft a blue Kisei, a speed contest, and then this hard counter unit, right? It makes the unit almost unusable, right? It's very hard to use that unit and they'll get kicked out of the meta, right? That's how ML Crow kind of fell out of the meta. That's how Dizzy kind of fell out of the meta. That's how SSB kind of fell out of the meta, right? And I get it, right? Like it's a stupid like model, but think about how easy things just kind of fit into place, right? For Smilegate to just do this. It takes no effort and people just kind of forget about it and move on, right? Like when's the last time you heard someone complain about Dizzy? Like I don't fucking know. Like that's like me like preaching to like Lacari about like when I was like a little toddler, like traveling to my school and like fighting off like bears, right? Like, it's I don't know, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just such an easy answer, right? That like it's worked historically, and people with short attention spans just kind of move on, right? Like, and I really don't mean to like side with Smilegate here or sound like I side with Smilegate here, but like we've seen that over and over again, right? And it's just you don't have to nerf anything, and people just move on. Like I don't know.
I feel like YD has actually had a similar take. He said, I don't know why people were like so upset about Carrot because eventually it'll just follow the meta. I still feel like it's like just a bad like because I'm thinking like long term, right? Because if they keep like doing this, I don't want to like ever experience a period of RTA where the meta is just so shit, right? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty positive that the Carrot thing will pass and no counters will be released and she'll follow the meta and all that stuff, just like Dizzy in the past units. It's just like I'd like to keep the game state in a way where like it's enjoyable to play, because honestly, playing E7 is fun, playing RTA is fun. I want to play more of it. You know what I mean? I don't want to like go through a period of time where I'm like, man, fuck this game. I am absolutely miserable playing it. You know what I mean? This shit sucks, right?
Yeah, I think something that is a little more long-term oriented, and again, I'm not saying that this is like a good model for them to do because releasing counters after like counters feels kind of fucking bad. But what I also want to say is that like, sometimes when a hard counter like that gets introduced, some of the older things that were good at one point, people kind of forgot about, can start to rise up and become good again, right? Blue Kisei was not very good for a long time. Obviously, she got a buff, right? But like, then she started getting used again, right? Because certain things start coming up again, right? Like, I think something that people haven't really considered is that, like, let's say we continue down this road, right? Where hard counters get released and hard counters get released, right? Some of these older units that you built up can start to become relevant again because they don't necessarily get hard countered by what's supposedly good, right? And like, if your goal is just to hit RTA Legend, which most of us just want to hit Legend, right? Doesn't matter how the fuck we do it, we just want to hit Legend. You're playing against other people, right? So if you can catch people off guard, then you're in a way better spot to climb consistently, right? And that's
Yeah.
something that I think you kind of like, it sucks, right, in the current moment, but like I like to look at things more in that long term like respect, right? And I think that's a fair way to go about it, right? Like, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. I could be completely wrong, and Smallgate could just completely drop the ball. But like, I'd like to give benefit of the doubt, right? And that's just something that I'd like to give, and that's how I'd like to phrase things when I try to explain things to people.
But
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that. I feel like we could still kind of accomplish like I feel like that could all still be accomplished same, even if like for example like Carrot was released as a unit that wasn't as overbearing. Like she could have still been a really good unit that would be good in most a lot of situations, but not as currently overbearing as she is right now.
I
Sure,
felt like
yeah,
it's more like
Kenny, can you lean to the side, to your left? No,
Huh?
like that's. I'm just curious. Oh, that's not a bug on your wall, right? Behind you.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, Carrot. Something happened. There's a fork in the wall. It's no big deal.
What?
Anyway.
the carrot.
Wait, did I miss something?
No, I'm just kidding. No, you didn't miss anything. I did painting during COVID, so I have like a paint thing that I was supposed to put up, but then I kind of missed the mark when I was drunk. Don't worry about it.
What
It
the?
happens.
Sorry, that was totally random. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I feel like Carrot could, like who is it? Like Falcon or Clury? Like with the way she is right now, I feel like she's pretty good. Same for like A-Raz and those kind of Carrot units. I feel like Carrot can be like toned down to like that level, and she'll still be used a good amount and whatnot, but she won't be like as overbearing. Like that's the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
that's the way I see her right now. She's super overbearing, kind of thing, and
I guess where I'm trying to like where most of the frustration really comes from Carrot really is like when we have like niche units, sometimes the niche units can actually like they do their job and they do their job well. I think that's more in the line of like what I kind of want them to actually do sometimes.
mhm.
Like I kind of don't want them to actually be like that all fulfilling role. And to me right now, Carrot feels like she fits in too many of those holes of like if I don't know what to fucking do, it's more like I just pick her because then it's just better for me to have her instead of actually just not thinking about anything at all.
Mhm.
Like what I'm talking about, like when this ends up happening is like people just don't really care. They just pick Carrot. They just don't really bother. And because then she's a mage, she has utility, she has a strip, she has mitigation, so you don't really have to care. She just works as a standalone unit. And then she could also like do all these things all together and tied to each other. People could say like, sure, she's a necessary evil for like a lot of things like Landy. But let's be real. I'm pretty sure if they were to actually nerf her to actually made her to be dealt with in an easier way where, sure, she could be countering like certain things like Landy and other stealth units. Sure, I'm pretty sure she could do that. But like I feel like she's also hard countering more than just that though. Right? She's
Mm.
breaking away from just her niche. You're putting her into like a lot of positions where like you wouldn't think that she would be good in, and all of a sudden she's fucking amazing in because then hey look, I have so much of a safety net that I could just fall into.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really bother me. So instead of actually like getting punished for it, I don't get punished at all. I just the opponent gets punished for it instead. So I think that to me is very, very toxic.
That's kind of
It's just
fair.
It's just not.
There's definitely gonna be a lot of opinions like about this. Like that's kind of nice actually. Like Kenny has his own. Dude, you know, dude, I was straight up about to call Kenny Carrot for a second there until I like it was about to roll off my tongue. I was like, yo, Carrot like has his opinion. I'm like, oh, sorry. I mean, Kenny has his opinion about like he has like his own different like hot take. Carrot14. Yo, wait a minute.
All right, I just want to let it be known that I've drafted Carrot probably like 4 out of my last 10 games. All right, so it's not even that much. That is not a cap. You can see the VOD. There's research behind it. But I mean, it's one of those things, right? Well, where I echoed it earlier in the podcast, right? You gotta take 2 steps forward, then you take 1 step back, right? And I think Carrot's one of those like 2 steps forward, and we gotta take a step back, right? We move on from there because we're still up 1 step.
Basically, we just gotta say fuck it. I don't know.
All right. Well, Carrot. Aside
I
from
feel
Carrot,
that.
like we're getting the balance patch. Like, who do you guys want to see aside from, aside from Carrot? Like, who do you guys want to see buffed, nerfed? Are there any other units you actually feel like?
I think top model Lulika deserves a buff. Like, no cap.
Get
I
out
think they
of
should
here!
give her like a speed EE. Agree?
Get out of here, bro.
Then I don't have to think at all. That'd be great.
Okay,
That'd be
dude.
my Carrot.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I think Judge Kisei should get a change because she got changed back when Arena was a lot more prevalent. And I think she would be a cool unit that would get a nice rework because I think her kid's pretty cool.
ML5 wise, I feel like Judge Kisei probably like straight up like bottom rung tier now, because like her only usage is like Arena guild versus guild.
I pulled for her, and I don't know why. I just never used her.
Like, you never used her after you pulled for her back then?
Yup, I pulled for her, and I was like, okay. Look, I have A-loss and everything.
You know exactly why you pulled for her.
No, I didn't.
Who was the first character when I really started playing Epic 7? Some guy had Judge Kisei, and I saw the S3, and I was like, dude, I want this fucking unit.
Okay, listen. Okay, yours is a little different story. I wanted ML Ken. Now, my reason for why I wanted ML Ken, though, however, is because then, of course, he's literally the best unit in the game, but also for the fact that I could not join my guild because I did not have ML Ken back in the day. They put me they tossed me away, and I was left in the dust. It was screwed.
Wait, what?
Honestly, Derp can explain himself for that one. I was basically denied my spot, and because I did not have ML Ken, I was not able to join. Yeah, exactly. No ML Ken equal no guild.
What the fuck?
That's really fucked up.
Do you remember that first screenshot of like people thinking Veritas was like the best guild because their entire like guild room was all like ML Ken units? And then like the next day, like there was a screenshot on Reddit about like Ambition versus Veritas. They got like completely rolled. Do you remember that?
Dude, wait, no. Okay, I remember the ML Ken screenshot. I don't remember the second one though.
Yeah, it was like Ambition like full clearing Veritas. Like it wasn't even close. It was funny. That was back when GVG was still a thing.
Okay, dude.
I don't know. I miss those days.
Hey, they named the next season's named after Ambition, you know?
Yeah, in memories of Ambition. Does that mean they're also gonna actually change Guild Wars? Are they fixing it, please?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you guys mean GVG was actually a thing back then?
So back then there wasn't RTA, so the only form of like competitive content that you could play against other players was Guild Wars. And
there was no RTA back then.
Yeah,
it didn't come out yet. Oh, like before RTA, like the most competitive aspect was Guild versus Guild and Arena. Arena was still considered like competitive because of the way it worked. And like right now, the way Arena works is like actually didn't they change it a little bit with the way points works, or I don't remember.
No, this is the original way that it worked. This is the current setting that
like they changed it back now, right?
The only difference now is that everything is blind, so you can't actually see who the heck you're hitting. So you could be slapping your own guildie and you wouldn't really know. So it doesn't really matter anymore. So yeah.
Eska was pointing something out to me. Like if you look at the list and you look at how many points someone has and you go to rankings, you can still see who, like, you can still match up who's who.
Yeah, that's the weird part. I don't understand why.
I'm like, huh?
Top 100 rankings and their names and teams are actually shown. I'm like, what? It's blind.
Yeah, it's like it's
Like,
blind,
this
but
doesn't make any sense.
if you go and compare, you can still see. Oh, points wise, oh yeah, it's this person. Yeah, you know, I was like, huh,
Yeah, I don't know.
doesn't fully work.
It doesn't exactly fully work. I mean, it was blind like previous patch until they removed it for that one for some reason.
Yeah,
I remember that I couldn't see it.
I think
So-
yeah, aside from that, like, I don't know any other like, I don't know what other characters I feel like need to be nerfed or buffed. Like, I don't know if there's like
I don't know. I'm just gonna let them surprise me at this point.
true. I mean, they tend to
Yeah, I mean,
surprise
just
us now.
bring more units into the meta. Like, honestly,
Mhm.
I think they should buff units that are weaker a lot more because I was talk about it earlier. Like,
See, that was carrot. That was carrot, and now you see what's happening. Dude.
Yeah,
We're
but,
just,
like-
they're just okay.
Yeah, I mean,
See-
they went over the top with Carrot, man. Like, they just fucked up with. Like, honestly, Carrot was just a fucking mistake.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie. I feel like buffing other characters have never felt this much of an impact until you get to carrot because then she's a specialty change unit, and there's things that you can
Mhm.
actually hide behind her kit.
Yeah.
Have you ever realized
Yeah,
that?
that's true.
When they start buffing like specialty change units, I'm starting to get really scared because when these things end up happening is that they become so prevalent that it's like, what the fuck just happened? And
I
I think
just
what-
personally, because sorry to cut you off again, Panshui, but
Go for it.
the main reason why I want to see more buffs is because I want to see more units. I want to see I want the game to be crazy. Like, if you think about like Dota and like, you know, like a mobile game, for example, or any game, like competitive game that has like a shitload of units, like it's always nice to see like everything always being able to work like no matter what, right?
Mm.
And I feel like there's like a lot of cool like, you know, animations from like S3 units that we just don't see because, you know, the unit is just unusable,
Yeah.
right? Like, for example, like Euphine, for example, you know, she has like some pretty cool animations. She's boba as fuck, right? I mean, I don't know. I just want to be like somebody. Like, I just want to see like a draft and be like, oh my god, what the fuck's gonna happen? Like, what do these units even do? What does this guy have planned? You know
That's
what I
what-
mean? Like,
Oh.
I want the game to be deep
That's one of the things we've talked
because
about.
there's like so many options.
I feel
You know what
like
I'm
with
saying?
their yeah, wait, you've played long enough
I know
for
it's
a
gonna be
balance
hard for
patch
them
to
to
be
do.
here, right? Yeah, yeah. Like, I feel like their balance patch needs to include more units. To be honest, they only ever have like what, like not they never have like more than 10 units. Like, it's always under 10, and they only
Yeah.
have so many. I feel like if they increase that amount, like it could definitely like bring more variety into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think something that's kind of cool is like, you know, it's a weird like, you know, philosophical thing with RTA, but like,
Why are you holding your
What is-
wallet?
oh, I have this new wallet that has here. Look at this. Ready?
He's ready to swipe.
Oh, yeah, like there's a button at the bottom,
Oh.
and it just like like I don't
Yo,
know. I don't know how to
wait,
describe it.
yo, Kenny, you can't see
It's
this, but
like
you see us on stream, dude. We have like the same thing.
All right, I'm throwing this wallet away.
Yo, what the? Bro, why you gotta be like this? Damn.
Anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. Actually, I lost my train of thought. But oh yeah, so for the E7 World Cup, they introduced a new format with double pre-bans.
Mm.
And what's cool about that is, you know, a lot of the units that are very prevalent, right? Let's say you ban Landy and you ban Carrot, right? And then you take away something, right? Like I don't know, like make Chloe, for example, right? The game changes almost entirely because so many units are out of the pool, so you can draft some really cool stuff again.
That's actually true.
Now there comes a question of like, okay, how accessible is that going to make the game? You know, that's one thing to go about, but like in terms of just pure RTA and like flexibility in your drafts, double
Mhm.
pre-ban actually introduces a pretty cool dynamic because not
Yeah.
everyone has everything. 4 units are off the table, and if you take one
Mhm.
like core unit that's really popular, then your draft completely changes, right? Like,
Yeah, I
it's
feel like double pre-ban. I don't know, Panshui, how do you feel about double pre-ban? I kind of like it from what I was seeing, but you played in the tournament, so
I mean, well, it's okay. So I missed it. I don't remember what Kenny actually said about double pre-ban, but
we're saying that we think it's cool because you have to play like, you
It
know, different
changes-
units that you wouldn't normally play.
Yeah, like
It
it changes,
changes the game a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, it definitely is more draft focused now, and it actually requires you to actually have a very big pool. And I think that's like actually the scary part where it comes to play, because then how big of a pool can you actually play first of all before you can actually start playing all these niche units to make it work?
Mhm.
I think at the end of the day, I think double pre-ban is I think it might be a good idea, but I don't really know how far we can actually take it, especially if the entire idea is just trying to get more players to play in the beginning,
I
right?
think, yeah. I mean, I think the other thing is like with double
One
pre-ban.
thing they can do, real quick, Kenny. I think one thing
Yeah,
they can do
yeah.
is like maybe once you reach champion, then double pre-ban, but before champion is single. That way, because most of the new players are going to be silver and gold and bronze, right?
Oh.
So below champion, you can have single pre-ban, but above champion, because everyone in like champion or higher, we're gonna have a larger pool of units. Like even me, somebody who doesn't have like super big pool, I'm down for double pre-ban because
Mhm.
there's units like I can draft that I had built that'd be sick, and I can enable them if I can ban an extra unit like BBK, right, or A Coli, right? I can like draft these units and make them work if I have an extra ban, right? So I feel like maybe below champion single ban, but above champion or champion and above double ban. I think that'd be tight. I don't know.
Yeah, you could even add it to the they introduced a new participation rank, right? For the people that tried for Legend and didn't like get it. It's like a participation trophy. If you can add it to that like tier and above. It's like those people because they push after champ, right?
I
Because I feel like champ is a large pool right
I,
now.
I hate
So
you.
what? Isn't it? It's literally a participation trophy, right? For participating in the in the season.
Oh,
Ah!
I missed this being a Sky King roast. I get it now.
God damn it. Okay.
But yeah. Like you can add it to that stage, right? Because it's more competitive there. Because those are the people that are willing to push, right? And then
I,
if you're like
Yeah.
I
if
do
you're
kind of agree.
at
That's
the
actually
point,
pretty good idea. Like, oh, and that also adds on to the point where like we've always talked about like splitting up. Well, as Kenny said, right? You know, like the tiers of champion, right? So like low champion, you know, maybe keep it to like the one, and then like as you try to push harder and harder for legend, that's when it increases to the double pre-ban, which you know will change things up more.
Yeah.
I think it would.
I think there should be another rank besides champion. I don't think they have
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
yeah. And someone in chat brought a really good point up. I think World Peace Elbow did about you have like making it like blind. One of the things about double pre-ban is that you can't really force your like a play style anymore, right? Because you have to be very
Mhm.
adaptive. So some people
Mhm.
might not actually like that, right? Like if you like to play aggro and you know, let's say Cerise and Basar are banned, then you don't really have like these cleave units anymore, right? You're kind of forced to tank up. So that you know, there's also that to consider. So it's not like the end all be all, but I think it's a good start
You mean
to making
blind for like RTA? Is that what he's?
yeah, because like it's pretty easy, I think, to ban out a person with two bans, right?
Yes.
It
Let's say like
is.
yeah,
It
so
was so sorry to cut you off. It was one of the main reasons why certain people were actually really scared of it in the beginning. I think there was like like Lunal, right? Lunal underscore, and then there's also
It
Light.
it
Light.
hurts
They,
cleavers the most.
yeah, it'll hurt them the most because then if they already know who they are, then you could just double pre-ban them
Yeah.
in some cases. And I think this is where blind becomes pretty important, right? Because then since if double pre-ban is actually implemented, right? If they also introduce blind into the fray and we actually get that and we get that into the mix, that basically means that you can actually do so many different things. It's quite insane. So I wonder how that's gonna go.
No, I feel like
That's a good point.
Yeah, it would be interesting, but at the same time, you kind of have to test that out. And like, they should test this out in
I mean,
pre, what's it called? Pre RTA, like preseason RTA.
I think
Yeah.
there's a problem with like both sides, right? Blind basically lets cheese happen, and then
Mhm.
double pre-ban basically prevents cheese. And then so where are we gonna get the point where there's a balance of both, right?
Yeah.
So like
I
you're
think
gonna have
that's
to break
where
it.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes into like they just need to start buffing more units so there's more viable units in the pool that you can rely on, right? Because E7, I feel like it should be a game where, you know, if you pull like a 5-star unit, you should be able to use it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of 5-stars that need to be stronger, but not to the point where it's going to be carrot strong. That's why I say that they need to listen to the top players a lot more, like you, Sky King, Kenny, Panshui. Like they need to listen to you guys, like YD and shit. Like they need to take your fucking feedback so they can balance the game better and add more units to the meta easily, and we don't get this fucking carrot situation or another situation where they buff a unit and he's shit. like I don't know. There's some examples of that. I just can't think of a unit right now that they buffed
More.
in this fucking shit. Wait, who did you say?
More. Although that's
More?
not exactly a buff, but an
True.
EE may as well count as one.
Mm.
Axe God.
Oh yeah, Axe God. Yeah.
You guys call Axe God bad, but come on, I beat some of your asses with Axe God. Come on.
That's fair. Like I feel like yeah, if they buff more units, like even like less used 4 stars, even like it would add
Yeah.
more like units to be viable to
Right.
the pool. Yeah.
It would be. I'm telling you, it would be sick. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, it'd be sick, and you guys would have a lot more fun with the game. Like I'm telling you, double pre-ban and more viable units will make this game fucking tight. I'm telling you, it would be sick, right? Because there's a meme in my chat called Epic 7 units, right? It's because it's literally the same fucking 7 units every goddamn game, right? Unless you're a cleaver and then you see something different, maybe something spicy, right? But
True.
other than that, it's like Epic 7 units. If we could like expand that viable unit pool to like, I don't know, like 50. Like imagine how crazy the game would be. Imagine how tight it would be, dude. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if they can do it.
No, no,
I just feel like it'd be tight.
I actually think they can, right? Because like, look at the way that they've been doing, like giving out resources and stuff, right? The thing about
Mhm.
making everything viable is that it's going to be very expensive for the player to get all the shit, right? But with the recent flop with the IP and the collab, they've been giving us all these free resources where they can easily pivot to something like that, right? In the longer picture, maybe not right now, right? But like, 1 or 2 months down the road when we get all our summons and our free transmit sims and stuff like that, right? They could do something like that, right? Because now things are more accessible. Things cost less, right? So
Mhm.
who knows, right? Maybe that is within their roadmap of where they decide to go with things. We don't know, right? So I would say, they might be taking a slower approach, but a slower approach might be the safer approach, right? I mean, I'm gonna be around for what, the 10-year plan. It's lit, dude.
Oh,
I'm taking the
true.
whole ride.
10-year meme, 10-year plan. See how that goes. Yeah. That's actually quite a few good ideas with the RTA there. Kind of hoping to see what happens there for that.
Yeah, so like pretty much another rank, double pre-ban,
Mhm.
like at a certain rank, like champion or higher,
Yeah.
and then more viable units. And I'd love to see that. I think it'd be fantastic for the game. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion, though.
Dude, I'm kind of excited for Friday. I'm excited for balance patch to see if something good comes out then. Like,
Be up for
hopefully.
it.
Hopefully.
Oh, is that Friday?
I think so. I think that's what people are saying right now. I lose track of time of when balance patch comes out now.
There's too many things that are happening. They literally just like kind of like flushed away like the collab, and they just gave us like a month of buff events instead. I'm like, oh god.
I
Dude,
don't even have enough resources to farm the whole month, bro.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either.
I'm fucked. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
Alright.
I'm kind of
I'm
just gonna sit
excited.
there. And I'm just gonna be like, yup.
Yeah.
Friday balance patch. I have I don't know if you guys like sushi at all, but I got omakase for I booked it for Friday. I'm gonna go to the bathroom at like night and I'm gonna read the patch notes. Fucking lit. That's when you know.
Are we not gonna be on Minecraft?
Dude, I'm going to New York tomorrow. What do you mean? There's no way.
Dude, play from New York, bro. Bring a laptop.
New York, dude. What
Dude,
happened to your?
I have a
What-
work laptop. I'm not gonna download Minecraft on my work laptop.
Dude, what
That's
kind of
cat.
casual are you, bro? Not playing Minecraft while you're in New York. Just
Isn't there Minecraft on your phone? Do that.
is there?
I don't know.
Is there?
I don't know.
know.
Is there?
Dude, I don't play enough Minecraft. All right. That was pretty good talk. I liked it. That was nice. I'll probably end it here. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for joining the podcast tonight. And
Yo, sorry, man. I
yeah,
enjoyed it.
if you guys want, give yourself an outro. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to, but go for it. Just channel
All I
whatnot.
gotta say is, fuck Carrot. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. You guys know where to find me. It was fun. Appreciate you guys inviting me and having me around. It was good to actually talk to you guys. I feel like I never actually get to talk to you guys. I just see you in chat every now and then, or I'm in your chats every now and then, saying
True.
whatever the hell. So it's actually kind of cool to come on the podcast and talk to some of you guys. It's pretty tight.
Appreciate
Nice
you
to
coming
meet
on.
you, Kenny.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely
I'm
talk
sure
more.
Smilegate is gonna give you a big raise from your what you said here. So we'll definitely
Well,
work out.
he is a paid actor. I don't know what to say.
All right, I'm the least abnormal person in Fleet. I'm just gonna put that out there. But don't worry, Smallgate can't buy me off the books. I'm good. I'm cruising.
Good to hear. Good to hear, homie.
All right, so with Lacari already introducing setting himself out. I didn't really say too much. Lacari speak my mind, but you guys also already know where to find me. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Panshui. I also do like that nice one-on-one coaching if you guys like that too. So you guys can send me some DMs. You guys need that last 1 week help on RTA before you guys need to climb to legend. And until then, thank you for having me, Gabe.
Kenny.
All right. I promise I'll stream next week. No cap. Don't worry. I won't flake this time. No longer sponsored by Frosted Flakes. But you guys can find me at twitch.tv/electric with 2 1s in there because I'm a degen like that. And I think this is a good time to actually plug a potential Fleet and Life tournament.
Oh,
Lacari, you are invited to join as well. We will be hosting a
Oh.
very large Fleet and Life team tournament where we can have team captains from the guild Fleet and Life draft a wide variety of players from any guild or anything, no background necessary. And you have a chance to bid for these players and then play for the top prize, which more on that soon. So
Wait, that sounds tight.
what,
yeah.
Do you have a estimated timeline at all for that?
I wrote up an outline. Let me send a picture to you. Or,
Okay, yeah, I'll actually message you about that. There's a few things I might want to add in on that. So
This is a anti-carrot tournament. If you play
Permabanned?
Carrot, you're qualified.
Here, if you want to pull
We're
up this
banned for
image
playing Carrot. I like
with
this. I like where this is going.
people on there,
bro,
that is everything.
dude, the
I
image is
Look, all right, look, I like Excel. What do you want me to say? Like, it is what it is.
bro.
But yeah, all the information is there. It's tentative for now because I still have to do some more work on it, but it'll happen soon. So don't worry. The prize pool will be a lot larger, so be on the lookout for that.
I can barely read it.
Light fun, yeah, light sponsored. Yeah, so when Katz goes on stream and says that he actually is not putting in $900, I want you all to flame him for it, okay? Because it's written there on text, and that is the truth.
Dude,
Nice.
that's his
Nice.
gold pack money. This is gold pack money right there.
Flashbang my eyes, dude. There's no dark mode in Excel, bro, and I do everything in Excel.
Hey, you can make dark mode yourself. Color every square black, and then like make all the text white.
Maybe.
Anyways, yeah, thank you for plugging that. Yeah, so that way when that happens, I'm sure most of us will like stream and like give more information about that. So watch out for that, chat. All right, as always, thank you guys for watching the podcast tonight. Peace out.
Yeah.